Okay. This is my Blue Star roller skating jacket.
Awesome.
When I met Beverly, that was the name of the roller skating rink. And so she was 17 at the time, and I was 24, and got to go with her because I gave her a ride from the roller skating rink to her parents, who were working in one of the cheese slicing places, and she introduced me to her dad, Ernie Gebhardt, and he says, "Oh, Ernie Gebhardt, I worked with Ernie Gebhardt, I know him. Well, you can go with him, no problem." So he says he's got to be a good guy.
Because he worked with your dad.
Yes, he worked with my dad on farms.
Ernie Sr.
As hired men on a farm. I was
going to look at your skates down here.
Okay.
There's your custom skates.
Yeah.
Okay, now you can go ahead.
I also am a member of the American Legion Honor Guard, Zoom Riley Post number 84. So in this closet here, I keep my uniform that I wear when we go to do funerals. And your Beverly loved to do scrapbooks, and so this whole area up here is full of her scrapbooks.
That's where I get it from.
And also in this cupboard here in the back is Beverly's accordion. She used to play accordion before her back got bad.
And your accordion too?
No, my accordion's up in the attic.
Oh. That's where they always kept all the sheets and blankets.
Yeah. This area here is all clothing that hopefully will be passed on to somebody someday. Now this was the before I moved in, I put in bracing to keep the ceiling up around the whole area, and then I put in this heavy-duty sheetrock with insulation above it to keep the heat in the house. And it sounds like I need to put a new battery in the smoke detector.
Yeah, I heard a little chirp.
So up here, along with the spiders, is my Christmas people. I've got Mr. and Mrs. Santa Claus. And all kinds of different Christmas things. This unit here, I actually moved from my dad's place, the cheese factory, and put it up here for the TV. And then this couch that is buried, we actually had to tear it apart to get it up here and then put it back together again.
So when Sarah and David were born, Paul moved up here, and he was in high school, and he went on the German trip, so he put all the German posters, and he was a skateboarder, so the skateboarding sayings and posters.
Excuse me.
And then Sarah moved up here when Paul went in the army, and Sarah started writing on the walls. All kinds of stuff. And then Sarah went in the army, and David moved up here. And David added to the collection. And then every time Paul and Lori visited and stayed up here, they added the date. We all started writing little messages and our names up here.
Yep.
And then this is where all the Christmas decorations and everything were kept.
Yeah, my accordion's back in the corner back there.
And what are these, Dad?
What?
These.
Oh, those white. Well, a long time ago, when I thought I was done collecting mustache cups, I separated the collection I had at the time and put it into those styrofoam containers and marked them for each one of the kids and grandkids. So each styrofoam container contains mustache cups for hopefully the kids to keep to remember me by.
How many are in each container?
No idea.
No idea. And this bed thing right here, this headboard, was my bed at the other house when I was little, before I got the canopy bed.
Oh, okay.
Because the canopy bed's in your room, there's just no canopy on it anymore.
No, it's gone.
And that little cardboard kind of dresser behind you was at the other house too.
Then used to have our computer up here.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And so this is a computer desk, but that computer has been long gone and replaced by laptop computers instead. And then, I like to collect the different things.
Animatronics.
Yeah. The Y2K bug that's hanging there is to remember back in 2000, when I was working for More Business Forums, the Y2K bug was the reason why I lost my job, because they people that had computers felt that they would crash when they tried to roll over from 1999 to 2000. And so our big customers bought new computers that would print a one-part form a lot clearer than them getting a three-part form from us with carbon paper in between. And so they didn't have to throw away the carbon paper anymore, and they could just print a better looking form. And so that decimated the business forms industry. And so they closed the Visalia, California plant that I was buying for, and so ended up getting a buyout from More Business Forums. Unfortunately, I was only 57 at the time, and still had two kids at home. And I looked for a year trying to find another good job, and nothing came available. So I ended up going to work as a telemarketer for Charlton Company. And so I ended up doing that for 9 years. And it wasn't bad. We sold Charter TV, Comcast Internet, Wisconsin Trails magazines. And actually, it was a good deal for the people that we could get to listen to us. So I actually ended up being a trainer because the turnover rate was so horrendous. We would get another class of 10 to 20 people every other week. So there was probably a couple hundred people worked there calling. And then in, let's see, about 2010 or 11, I turned 66, and another company bought out Charlton called iPace Sitters, and they came in May and said by July 1st everybody was going to be going back to minimum wage and having to start all over, because this company here did not have to honor any of the agreements that were made by the Charlton person that owned the company. So it was time for me to quit, so I left. So I retired and was able, fortunately, to, with Social Security and my retirement from Moore's, never had to work again.
And what'd you and Mom do that year after you retired?
We packed up the van, and I had a 1996 Ford van. No, it was 2012 I retired.
Yeah, it was 2012.
It was 2012. We packed up the van and headed west. And so we traveled for a couple months, just seeing the Grand Canyon. We made arrangements before we left to see the Rose Bowl parade. And so Paul was in the Army at that time, stationed in California. And so we spent a week at his place watching their dogs while they went on a cruise. And then when they got back, then we did the Rose Bowl parade. And we went to Palm Springs. And then we drove down to New Mexico, visited with Carl and Ruth, and came back through Texas, stopped and visited with Barb's Dam, would be
Todd's aunt.
Todd's aunt, you know. And so we had a wonderful trip.
Did you go to Alan and Sanja's in Arizona on that trip, or were they not there yet?
You know, I don't remember.
Don't remember.
I have to dig out my photo book.
Yeah.
Don't remember.
I remember one of the highlights was Mom said was going to the Biltmore estate. She'd always wanted to see that.
That wasn't
That was
part
in
of that.
California. You sure?
Hearst Estate.
Hearst Estate. Oh, Hearst Estate.
The
Okay.
Hearst Estate.
That was in
That's
California?
In California.
Okay.
Yep.
I had the
Patty
names
Hearst,
mixed up.
The Biltmore Estate was a prior trip that we took with Alfred and Hilo.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, they were both wonderful trips. We really enjoyed traveling.
Yeah, I think you guys left like in September and didn't come back till the following March,
Yeah, it could be.
beginning of April.
Yeah. Thank goodness we had our daughter here to look after things.
Oh, yeah. and my kids were still coming here after school every day, even though you guys weren't here.